Many people think that fear looks like procrastination, but what if it actually is overthinking, wanting reassurance, seeking validation, and actually avoiding on what to do? In today's video, I'm going to break down how fear can quietly ruin your goals before you even start by breaking it down to 4 different categories. And hopefully by the end of this video, you can recognize how fear operates in your life so you can take control of it and actually set yourself up for a successful 2026. And so for the first thing that I want to talk about is understanding your attachment style. And I'll pop it up on the screen, but there's four. They're secure, anxious, avoidant, and fearful. And the main reason why I was saying that you need to be able to identify what your attachment style is because besides secure, the other three are based off of fear. And so when anytime you're trying to like achieve something or a goal or you're working towards something and you can see yourself being avoidant, you can see yourself being anxious, or you can just see yourself being fearful, it's of course being pushed by fear. And so I would say, for example, me, I learned, especially through last year, there was just so many fears and so many like negative things that I used to just carry on that weren't like unhealthy, but it was because I just allowed them and been doing them for so long, it became like my normal. And so now in the recent like days and couple of weeks, I've been trying to just like rewire my brain to like, be healthy reframe and kind of like tackle that anxiousness because I am an anxious attachment person, and to use this for your goals. So I know most of the people that watch this are like college students. So say for midterms and finals, in my example, I used to be a person to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just fail the test because I'm dumb, right? And my anxiousness would be like, okay, well, I know I'm a fail, but maybe if I can only get 50 points, I can get an A in this class, or if I get a 30 on this final, but my midterm is this, it's like I literally learned from like TikTok a couple of days ago from this guy who does like psychology talks. It's like, especially when you have an anxious attachment and there's fear, all it does is like a loop. It's like a negative feedback loop because you realize, right? I'm already telling myself negatively that I'm not going to pass that quiz, right? So you think about it when I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, but what if I get a point on this? If I ask her for these bonus points, if I ask her, it's like you keep on doing what ifs in all these scenarios pushed from fear, and at the end of the day those scenarios don't work because it just recycles fear, because now you're thinking, okay, if I get 5 bonus points I'm a pass. It's still a I might. If it's, oh, if I do this I'll pass, and then you'll think about that and then you still won't do it, you know what I mean? So it's like a cycle. And so I would definitely say to understand your attachment style, because in the next prompts that I'm about to go over, it'll be specific actions on that style, because you got to think the anxiousness in me is coming up with different scenarios about how to fix this, how to fix that. Say if you're an avoidant, keyword avoid. So you might not even be thinking of the scenarios. You just stop doing it all at once. And so even then, that's going to be a different, approach from when you're anxious and you're not. And I can even do it with YouTube, for example. Like I used to always think, okay, they're probably not gonna like this video. They're probably not gonna like this. The video won't do good. Like being anxious and worrying over it. But once again, it's going down to that fear, because before you even went to film that video, before you even went to edit that video, you already thought it was going to do bad. That's the fear. And that's why I wanted to make this video, is because it's like a lot of the times when we give up on stuff, we're going through something, or if it is your insecurities, or if you don't believe you can achieve this goal, it's always fear. And I just really want to make this video because like I don't think people realize it or not, that like your brain can be your biggest enemy, and fear is literally not real. Your goal of doing good on that test, you can do good on it. Who is telling you and who is showing you that you can't do it besides yourself? Like it's literally you versus you every day. So being able to understand your attachment style, because now I'm able to learn now, okay, what are the things that pop up when I'm anxious? Why do I have negative thoughts about this? And then I'm able to reframe them and take action on them so I can be able to achieve my goal and be successful. And so that's what I want to say for number one. And so going into number two, piggyback off of number one, but taking action based off of your attachment style. And so going back to number one, it would be, not trying to overthink, not trying to be anxious, not controlling outcomes. I just learned this word, not ruminating, and healthy reframe, and just learn to be patient. Those are all the things that help with like having an anxious attachment style. And I would say taking action, because for example, I would say YouTube, like my Vegas vlog did good. It's got like 200 views right now, did better than all my other videos. But a lot of the times I would procrastinate editing because I'm like, okay, it's probably going to be the same. They're probably not going to like it. They probably want this. Like all these, I realized with anxious attachment, you're trying to control the outcome But like I said, it's such a feedback loop because you try to control the outcome, then it's not what you want. So now you go all the way back, rethink of something, try to control it again, and it still doesn't work. And so what I've definitely learned, just when going into this year and looking back at just so many years of like being anxious and stuff, like I've learned that like when I used to like overthink and stuff, I would always be wrong. You know what I mean? Because I was so fearful and just being scared on doing this or scared to approach this or scared to challenge that thought. So that's why I was saying to be able to take action because like it's really just you versus you every single day. For example, if you want to start like a business, right? Being able to know like, okay, you might be scared to do the business. You might be an avoidant. So you're just scared to do it. So you don't want to start at all. But then at the same time, you could be an anxious person. It's like you want to start, but you're kind of like, overthinking every little step of the way, being able to take certain actions and, healthy reframe, being patient. So if you're an anxious person, you could be like, okay, well, I want to start this business. Let me plan. You know what I mean? Let me be a little bit more organized. Let me plan. Let me ask for advice. So you're not guessing about everything. Let me ask for advice. Let me reach out. We use social media for everything. There's TikTok University, YouTube University. You can learn how to do that business on there. Like little things like that for an avoidant, right? Most of the tips on here is more like for anxious people, but even for avoidant. Once again, TikTok University, YouTube University, look it up on Google. It's going to be something in the images. That's how I find my thing. And just being able to understand, okay, as an avoidant, what is the fear that is pushing you to avoid? And then being able to take action on that. Because just with working on myself into this year and looking back on previous years and all of 2025, like I realized like, since fear isn't real, fears, being scared of something, overthinking, insecurities, all those things aren't real because, like I said, it's like you're trying to control reality instead of actually being present in reality. So, like, most of those stuff aren't real. So, if you just take action, you can prove yourself wrong. Like, for example, in avoiding, you might be scared to start that business, just start. You might start the business, and next thing you know, you're making a heck of money, bunches of money, but you never thought you were going to do that because you're avoiding. Same thing as anxious, like, with overthinking, it's like you're more thinking about it than taking the action. So just take the action and just see what happens. Like I said, just be more present. Taking action and being more in reality will be able to help that anxiousness. Even with YouTube, it's like just post. You know what I mean? It was one of my friends. He was starting. Like he was talking about like cybersecurity and IT and stuff. Little post on TikTok, it blew up. Mind you, it's a new account and everything. Like, you know what I mean? You just gotta start. Like I know a lot of people, I don't know if more people do it now, but I definitely know last year a lot of people will always be like, how do you get into content and all that stuff? I just be posting. Like, yeah, I look at my analytics, yeah, I have certain goals, but the main thing you do is have to post. You'll never know. You can have a like I realized fear keeps you trapped by simplicity and just being thinking like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But it's like you realize you could have had a viral business idea, a viral anything, a viral TikTok, a viral plan, a viral YouTube video, a viral business idea, anything. But because you were fearful, because you're anxious, you didn't get to do it. And then you got to think, because you were scared to do it, someone else did it and now they made money off of it. You know what I mean? So being able to take action based off your attachment style will really be able to help you be successful. And that's what I want to say for number 2. And number 3, this will also help you become very successful, is being able to find the root of the problem. Because I realized too, fear does hide itself in simplicity, but fear is like a plant. There's always a seed and then it grows and then sometimes it might become an issue or something. And so I would always say to ask yourself like bigger questions to be able to dig deep into what it really is. So for example, like I said, it could be school. For school, I used to be, I don't know what it was like in high school, A's and B's 4.0, but when it came to college, I was just not a good test taker. I don't know what it was like freshman and sophomore year. I would fail the midterms and somehow make it back for finals and pass. Like I used to be a very bad test taker. I don't know what it was, but what I realized and being able to dig deep and being able to like solve those little things, like the issue was never the test. The issue wasn't the subject. It wasn't the test. It wasn't the test taking the form of test, if it was written, if it was correct response. The test wasn't the issue. The issue is you thought you were going to fail before you took the test anyways. That's the root. And so that's when I realized I had to like really start working on like my self-confidence when it came to like studying, motivation, faith, prayer. Like, once again, going back to the action, like your action will be able to reach your goals and reach your success, but also we have to get to the bottom of it and like the root. Because then I learned too, I have ADHD as well, so it kind of makes the anxiousness even more like increased. But for like studying, for example, that's when I started to look up TikTok University. I started to look up different studying strategies. So like the Pomodoro method, or I realized for me, like, it's easy for me to fall asleep if I'm bored. So like I will listen to like my favorite music instrumental. So I'm over here vibing to Brent Faiyaz, Bryson Tiller, while also, memorizing and stuff, doing flashcards, like being able to, like I said, find the root. Because like I said, it wasn't the test that was scary. I've been in the class for 3 or 4 months. The lecture, the professor, none of that is scary or fear. But it was just like within myself internally, I thought I was just gonna fail. And then even if I did fail, well, I would be like, oh, I'm a failure and all that stuff, acting like I'm not human and like we don't make mistakes. So, and like I said, and then I would do the Pomodoro method, do these flashcards, and then eventually test grades better. I'm not getting C's no more. It's A's and B's. So little thing like that, even if it's a business, like I said, instead of you being so fearful, be like, okay, how do I do this business plan, entrepreneurship? Watch a YouTube video, maybe ask someone, take some notes, be actionable, you know what I mean? But even then, it's like you have to be able to find your own different things. Sometimes a lot of people have trouble being motivated, being motivational and motivating and having faith, because it might be some trauma, some childhood trauma. Maybe, your parents or something said you were a failure when you were younger, and that's why you can never push yourself. Maybe it was because you always got validation or compliments saying you did a good job on something, so maybe that's why you seek reassurance on stuff. Like, there's always a root of a problem. Like I said, fear it's literally like a plant. Like, you can water it, it gets sun, but it always starts as a seed. So being able to find that root will really be able to help you achieve your goals, because it could be anything. I know a lot of people this year may want to lose weight, get into the gym. For example, the gym and the workouts, cardio, lifting weights, that's not the scary part. The scary part might just be, or your fear internally might just be, you're insecure. Maybe it's because you never really liked your body. So regardless if you lose weight or gain weight, you're still not going to like it anyways. So maybe that's what it is. It could always be the root. You have to be able to dig deep. You got to be able to do that groundwork. You got to really be able to solve like what is truly wrong. Because like I said, you can go to the gym right now, walk right back out. That's not hard, but it's the internal part. Are you insecure? Do you not like your body? Do you compare yourself to other people? Like, you to think like I said, I made all these videos about like envious and jealousy, even those things. There's always a root of something, because once again, when you woke up today, you didn't think you were ugly. When you woke up today, you didn't think you were enough, but maybe it was because you checked that social media, Instagram, and you're like, wait, I feel ugly because of this. I feel, you know what I mean? It always comes from somewhere in the heart. It's always coming from somewhere. It's not just around. And so that's what I want to say for number 3. And then this one is probably the easiest point of it all. But for number 4, I would say being consistent in change. And I know a lot of people, because people ask me all the time, like, oh, how do you stay consistent with content and stuff? Like, I would say, like, definitely learning to like retrust yourself. Like, I know one thing about me, my work ethic, it ain't nothing to play with. One thing about me, like literally last year, I'll never forget. Last year, it was during the spring. It was spring break, whatever. I literally had like threw up or something after like one of my like eat with me videos, explore my videos and stuff. I was right outside my room, bathroom. I had a trash can right there, MacBook. I'm editing while throwing up in the trash can. I'm gonna get that video out. One thing about me, I don't play. I don't, because I trust myself. I want to be that YouTuber. Like, I've learned that, like, yeah, okay, this title might not be good, the hashtag might not be good, description, I don't care. I'm going to post that video. So, but some people don't think about that. Some people don't trust themselves like that. Oh, I'm going to post that video. It's the same thing about working out, gym. Like, I was a track athlete in high school. I love working out. Like, I'm going to make it to that gym. You know what I mean? Like, I wake up 5, 6, 8. Oh, 6 a.m. hate to see me coming. Quick. I'm going to that gym because I trust myself. That's the body that I want. That's the grind that I want. It's the muscles in the gains. I want to look that way. So you have to be able to really trust yourself And then easiest one is to pray to God. Like definitely ask for God, because also with fear as well, it might not be something internally, it could be something spiritually. You know what I mean? Maybe you're lacking that faith in God. Maybe you don't believe in God. Maybe it might not be internal or external. It might just be you just need to fix your prayer life. Maybe you're praying about the wrong things. Maybe you're reading the wrong scripture, like it could be a spiritual thing. And well, I guess it would be the same thing. But like I said, even having faith in your goals, because like at the end of the day, nobody can, like, that's what I always say in my videos. If y'all be keeping up, like, nobody's gonna get the subscribers but me. Like, nobody's gonna get the subscribers. It's like I could try to pay for a program, buy a little ebook. You could buy the ebook, you still gotta post. Like, you know what I mean? You could buy the ebook, you could buy someone, I can get the trainer, I can get a program. You still gotta post. Same thing. You could get that Planet Fitness membership, get a trainer with you. If you still not gonna eat right and do what you're supposed to do outside the gym, what we're doing? You know what I mean? It's like certain things. It's just like you got to be able to have that faith and trust yourself, even with my anxious attachment style and always worrying about the next thing and the next outcome. Like, you just gotta lean on faith. You gotta trust. That's really all it is. I know all of them have different ones. Even I know secure is like the best one, but even that one probably got like some negatives in it. But yeah, it's like just with my YouTube, it's like no matter how many videos I watch, I mean, you just gotta post. Like, you know what I mean? You literally just have to post, and you have to be able to trust yourself. Like, I want to be that YouTuber. I think of it as like, I think I have like 630 now, like 630 people. Once a day, I would say if 630 people were in a room, you'd be scared. And then two, it's like I trust that, like, it's not like people unsubscribing every day. So whoever was the 100th, I mean, they stayed here for 2 years for a reason. You know what I mean? All six, like, you think 630 people came to my channel. They're like, oh, I like these videos, I'm going to subscribe. What is there to second guess? Like, I realized that we always will get a sign from God or a blessing, and you always want to second guess, and just don't second guess. Like, take things how they are, take things from the facts. For example, my Las Vegas videos got 200. That means people like it. Maybe post more travel vlogs. You know what I mean? Some of my shorts been doing good. Post the shorts. Like, same thing with the studying. Like, if the Pomodoro method is working, do the Pomodoro method. Like, I don't know. It's just like we be so trying to not be in the present and overthink, and then you be wrong. So it's like, just do what you were going to do anyways. Trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and have faith in yourself. Because at the end of the day, all it is just you. You know what I mean? It's your body, it's your mind, it's your spirit, it's your faith, it is your business, your school, your degree. I know now they was talking about half of these degrees ain't mastered. Don't worry about them. If you want to go be a nurse, be a nurse. Don't let nobody tell you can't be no nurse. You know what I mean? Just little things like that. Like, have that trust in yourself. Don't go based off of the external factors of, oh, you want people to see you as a nurse. No. If you want to be a nurse, have that nurse for yourself internally, and your love and your heart. If you say, I want to be the best nurse of the world, go be the best nurse. Go find that cure for cancer. Go do it. You can do it. You know what I mean? Don't be in your head. Don't be anxious. Don't be worrying, because at the end of the day, I've learned working on myself, worrying and stressing yourself out ain't gonna make nothing faster. And it's not gonna do nothing for you. You got to be able to take that time, be patient, have faith in your goals, pray, ask for God to give you that guidance, and then you learn that guidance as well by going to the roots and understanding and finding that fear. And that's what I want to say for number 4. And so, yeah, we have made it to the end of this video. I want to keep it a little short, but I just know a lot of people are going into this year with a lot of goals and stuff. And like I told you on the vlogs, y'all better have started them goals on the 31st, not on the 1st, because y'all already should have started. Y'all should have locked in, but it's currently January 10th. We already 10 days into the month. 5 days, we're going to be halfway through. Did you start that goal? You should have already been at that gym. Y'all said y'all want to post that content. Where's the content at? I'm waiting. I'm trying to see you blow up on TikTok. You say you want to start that business. Where that business at? Because who's going to start it? God might have the plan for you, but you going to pick it up and start it. God told you he wants you to go to school, get that degree. You gonna finish out? I know most of my people, some people just graduate in the fall. I gotta do extra semester. And then we got the spring. You gonna lock in for the spring? You gonna walk across that stage? Or you gonna be playing? What we gonna do? This is your year, okay? Just remind yourself to learn your attachment styles, take action, be able to find that fear. I realize that fear, it's truly not real. Overthinking those thoughts, it's not real, because once again, you're right here, you're living, you're breathing. Right now I'm in my room and it's quiet. Nobody's here but me. You're okay. You're literally okay. You be thinking you're not okay. You be trying to ruminate negative thoughts. No, go to that gym. Get up. Let's go. Get out that bed. Put that phone down. It be them phones. Put that phone down. Get up out that bed and go achieve that goal. Get out of your head. Live in the present and live in reality. And yeah, I hope anyone who watched this and is struggling, especially with like anxiety, anxiousness, negative thoughts, just believe that, like I said, you have to attack that fear. It's gonna be a daily fight. Now I'm telling you, it's gonna be a daily fight. You gotta fight that fear. You gotta find that root of wherever it is that is. Get it up underneath your skin. Stop your success. You gotta attack it, and you gotta be able to control it so you can be successful. I hope that everybody has made their vision boards by now. I'm probably on Sunday. I'm gonna write my goals down. So I hope and pray that anybody who watches this, you really got something out of this. I pray that God is covering whatever you is worrying about, so you can be more productive, so you can achieve those goals. And yeah, I pray that everyone has a successful year. I'm gonna do a little check-in. I'm gonna do a check-in later. Y'all better have got them goals done now. Post that content. So, but yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Continue to fight that fear, attack that fear, and learn your attachment styles. And yeah, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Road to 700 subs. I'm hitting 1K this year because I'm not fearful and I'm not scared. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.